Hiya guys, a bit of a different leftover for you today. I happen to have some diced chicken thigh meat and I thought, what can I do with that? I happen to have picked up this tub of biryani spices. I've never seen them before and they cost £1 and I thought, I'll give them a go. So I looked at the recipe on the back of the spices and thought, well, I've got chicken by chance that has to be used up, so let's give this a shot. It's very few ingredients you're going to need here today. You're going to need some basmati rice, so any long grain rice would do. A couple of tablespoons of any of your favourite usual cooking oil. The biryani spices, some salt, a red onion and your chicken thigh meat and one stock cube. The recipe suggests using a pan on a stove top method, and all of this would have worked. You do, I find, have to sort of stand over them all the time, and I did and ah about using the oven, but it takes a long time and I didn't have that time, so I opted for the Instant Pot. So as you'll see, I'm currently chopping up an onion, and I've already stirred my stock cube into some hot water. So you need to add about 2 tablespoons of the oil to the Instant Pot. It's not a precise measurement, you use your eye and your judgment. You need the oil to cook out the spices, or they can taste bitter and not develop the flavour you're looking for. And also to cook out your onion until it's soft and starting to go much sweeter. And it's at this stage that I add the salt. It actually brings out some of the moisture from the onion, which helps saute your onions rather than fry them and colour them, which is not what you're wanting. And then I add my spice. It said that this tub does about 8 portions. So I sort of guessed that that would be about the right amount for this dish this time. Use the saute setting on your Instant Pot to allow you to gently fry out these spices and the onion and start blending the whole of those ingredients nicely together. After a few minutes, the spices will have started to cook out and be releasing such a lovely aroma. Round about now that I thought this meal is going to be really special, and I knew that using the Instant Pot was not going to produce the dried sort of crispy single grained rice dish that you might associate with the biryani. Rather it was going to produce more of a soft dish, even risotto style to a degree. It's time to add the meat. If you carefully break up the meat as it goes in, you'll get an even spread and an even cook. What you're looking to achieve is every single piece of that meat having access to that lovely spice mix, coating equally across every piece so that the flavour has a chance to get really into the flesh. At this stage you'll be adding any colour to the chicken as it cooks, and that can give a nice effect in the end dish, but be careful not to overdo it and burn those spices. As you're cooking it, you'll notice that already the chicken has changed colour, not just from the cooking process, but from the spices already getting into the flesh, and you just know that that's going to have those lovely spices all the way through. Now it's time to wash your rice. You should wash your rice until the water comes completely clear, and this can take 3 or 4 rinses. Just bear in mind that any starchy liquid from the rice will make the end dish a little on the gloopy, sticky side, so you can adjust. If you like your rice that way, then great. If you want less, make sure you're thorough in the washing process. It's worth noting here that the real beauty of this dish is it's all in one pot, so all those spices and all those lovely chicken juices are going to combine and go right through every single grain of rice. Now it's time to add the rice. Having scraped out every last grain, it's time to give the rice a good stir into the lovely chicken, onion and spices mix. This does help sort of coat each grain of rice, which does help to keep them separate. So remember to stir thoroughly and get each grain coated. Now it's time to add the stock cube. I made it up to just under a pint of liquid, and that's to sort of correlate with the amount of rice I'd used. But it's also important to remember that quite a lot of liquid comes out of your onion, as it would out of almost all other vegetables that you might use. So do bear in mind that that's going to contribute to your liquid content of the dish. Just keep on stirring for a minute or two until you're happy that it's all amalgamated and it's time for its final cooking stage. There's nothing else to add to it now, so it's time for the lid. As you know, these lids have to seal and come pressurised, so take all the manufacturer's care with using the instant pot that you should do. And having taken care and checked that you've got things set correctly, I put this on for 6 minutes under high pressure. I allowed it to stand until it had depressurised for itself rather than forcing the depressurisation. Well, here we are, the proof of the pudding, as it were. Take a really nice dish, one that's going to accentuate the food you've made, and lavishly load the dish. And as you can see, it's clearly made more than enough for 2 good portions. And that's 2 good portions full of lovely chicken with that glorious colour that it's taken on. As you can also see, I've prepared a quick, simple side salad with whatever salad vegetables I already had, and some balsamic and yogurt and mint dressing. And I also made a mint and yogurt raita. I felt that it was a sort of a dish that would go well with a good quality beer, and so that's what I decided to serve it with, and it was a lovely match. Anyway, I'm sure you'll agree that looks a rich and sumptuous and tasty dish and a filling and satisfying meal. I'll definitely be using the Instant Pot again for these dishes, and I will definitely make this same dish again myself. And I hope you do too. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. There's more like this in my playlist. And just to mention that this is dairy free and gluten free, and it costs about 65 pence a portion.